And welcome back, everybody. Aesop Grim here, and this is the continuation of our EVE Online Chronicle. And let's go ahead and get into the game. I want to show you that we are currently training drones 4. We've got 13 and a half hours left on that. And then we're following that up with light drone operation 4. And we got a day and a half on that. Currently sitting at 85,000 unallocated skill points, so that's good. And we are starting the final chapter of our Sisters of EVE epic arc. Okay, my 30-minute countdown has begun. And let's start the conversation. Your anger is understandable, but we've got more reason to cooperate than to quarrel. Dagon's your real enemy. You'll be interested to know that some of his corp mates have been spotted at a nearby station. We've prepared an agent to gain their confidence and extract information on their further operations. To you, she'll be Tahaki Karin, a ship's engineer from the Damsel. Before our operative can infiltrate Dagon's group, Karin's identity records will need to be altered. Take these records to an archive station. Once they're updated there, our friends will make sure they're changed throughout the entire network. Well, that's a little scary. This is identity theft. Item hanger, altered identity. Or is it just a completely fake person? This is where I meant to put it. Is it a made-up identity, a forged identity? Alright, undock. Okay, 4 jumps away. So after this, the plan is to run missions for Servant Sisters of EVE. I think they're located in Minmatar space. And get that up to about level 2. We need to drive our ISK up, how much ISK we're making. Which are things that I'm discovering right now. I don't really exactly know how to do that. This is one plan that I'm going with that I peeled off of the internet, and I don't even really think it was dedicated to making ISK. It was more dedicated to getting into Abyssal space. Or should the end goal be to be able to competently fly a Gnosis and maybe get some mastery levels out of that? Because as I do that, I'll be gaining reputation and ranking up in mission running, which should also drive up ISK, as well as make me more, what's the word I'm looking with, more skilled for like a worm fit, which is a T1 frigate that can run Abyssal dead space. But that frigate is expensive. It is really expensive. So those are the things I'm thinking about. Complete. And we need to go back. I think my goal, my game objective goal, is to experience Abyssal dead space. That's what I would like to do. I don't know for sure whether I can do that in this chronicle or not. I am in need of your services. Well, let's find out what this is about. Very special mission. Sharu 10, Moon 3, Sisters of EVE Bureau as soon as possible if you're interested. This mission is of utmost importance to Sisters of EVE and would not go unnoticed in the world. I have uploaded the mission details into your Neocon journal. Okay. Well, we'll probably do that. Okay, so going back to what I was thinking of, I think Abyssal Dead Space should be a game goal. Now, in order to support that initiative, I need enough ISK to buy the requisite parts. So making ISK is actually the secondary goal, but it's of primary importance. Does that make sense? I think that makes sense. Making ISK is actually a secondary goal, but it is of primary importance. Because I can't achieve my gaming goal without that. Okay. So I have those two situated in my mind. So I have actually two things I need to be accomplishing when it comes to EVE Online. So my first stab at making ISK is going to be running missions. And then probably eventually it will be what do you call it? Ratting. In which case I would really like to start out. I would like to start out in high sec doing that. I make no bones about it. I'm a Care Bear. I don't know how to PvP. I don't know how to do it. I'm certainly not equipped for it, I don't think. I'm not skilled enough at it. I'm not practiced at this game enough. But I do know that nullsec is where the money's at when it comes to ratting. And I already actually, I know how to do that. I have a workable plan for ratting Sancha pirates that I got from, let's give credit where credit's due, Paul Hipster on YouTube, who is highly placed, I'm pretty sure, if not at the top of the corporation Brave. Now, if I joined Brave, I would be able to do that because I can farm these guys in Brave's space. But if I was going to join a corporation, I think right now, because of the kind of player I am, this is nothing against Brave. I don't know anything about these corporations. I don't know how they work. I do know Brave puts out a boatload of helpful information for newbies. But Malro, Pockets DK's corporation, seems more in line with what I do. I'm a PvE person. That's what I enjoy EVE for. Let's bring her up. With those records replaced, our agent is Tahaki Kareen. What happened to the real one? Electronically speaking, she's a non-person. Okay, so they faked. Oh, no, they didn't. She's alive and safe, though. Oh, yeah, they erased her. They erased her from the database. She is a nobody in this galaxy. Though, if she wanted better, she shouldn't have joined the society. Oh, I see. So they're framing her as a bad person. Now we need to get our Kareen into place. I've filed a travel request in her name, which the society has granted. All you need to do is rendezvous with the society transport and drop her off. Once that's done, we just have to wait for her to tell us where Dagon is. Okay. Let's make sure. See, there she is. So we gotta drop her into here and then undock. So yeah, if I were going to join a corp, I think it would be Malro. And that might be what I do in a future episode, a future chronicle. Just because it may very well be that it's a necessity in order to shorten my learning curve and figure out what the heck is going on. Because I'm having to guess at an awful lot, and it's a lot of information to sift through. And with a game that's like 2 decades old, there's a lot of old information, there's a lot of misinformation, you know, a lot of opinions. It's just, that's a ton of stuff to sift through and find out something that's actually doable from a solo perspective in a game that's really truly designed not to be solo. Yeah, so anyway, I mean, I'm kind of just babbling. This is word vomit, but it's where my mind is at right now. It's me trying to explain, okay, these are the things that I'm dealing with. Here's the uncertainties I have. Here's what I'm trying to figure out as far as what direction do I go with this game in particular. What am I trying to accomplish with this particular chronicle? And I think for right now, I want to get into a Gnosis, maybe gain a mastery level or 2, and I want to, whether it's through missioning or through ratting, I want to get some decent income. going. Something that's consistent and that allows me to move into other ships. Or maybe more importantly, to replace ships if I lose them. There we go. Okay, well, through about 10 or 15 minutes of conversing basically with myself, I think I've got a roadmap. Kareen's information is still coming in, but if you really want to find Dagon, you're going to have to help us deal with a little problem. The Society of Conscious Thought has deployed a refitted cruiser, the Omnipresence, nearby with a substantial escort. We think they may be recording our local communications. If they are, there's a good chance they'll be able to decipher them and root out our agent. The Society will certainly murder our sister if they uncover her identity. We need you to locate the Omnipresence and destroy her. If necessary, engage her escort, but try not to destroy them. The loss of human life would be catastrophic. Now, she said that she wants us to take this battleship out, or whatever class it is, the Omnipresence, and to try and avoid the support frigates. I don't see anything named the Omnipresence. Well, when in doubt, burn everybody. I did learn about transversal angle recently. Like, if you're going to approach something directly, don't come head on, like this. Click out here or out here. And the guy gave a really good analogy. He said, what if you were experiencing a home invasion? If your target is running directly at you, and you have a pistol in your hand, it's rather easy to just point your pistol straight forward and fire. But if he's coming at you at an angle, you're going to have to lead him to some degree, and that's going to require a level of skill. That's a different level of skill. Well, it's the same thing with these guys. Your turret tracking doesn't need to be very good if somebody's coming straight at you, but if they're coming at an angle, your turrets have to be able to compensate for that with their algorithm. And that's where tracking comes into place. How good they are at leading. Now see, our traverse speed is not good right now. Now I'm running an angle, and that's going to make it harder for him to hit. Now see, notice how we're hitting him? We've been monitoring data traffic between you and the Servant Sisters of EvE. No, don't get excited. We're all on the same side here. The state will help you get Dagon as long as you hand him over to us once you've got him. That's probably who we're going to go ahead and choose to gain our reputation with, the Caldari state. How are we doing on time? 7.5 minutes left, not bad.
Request accepted.
Complete mission. Excellent work. The Omnipresence has been destroyed, and there's no indication that she managed to inform her society masters. We'll be resuming contact with Kareen immediately. Our agent hasn't been able to determine where Dagon is, but in decoding her sensory data, we managed to pick up a clue. An Amar pilot named Kritson Parthus recently delivered a cargo of drone parts to Dagon. These parts were black market and may have been scavenged from some of your recent battles. We contacted Parthus. He's an independent operator, but wouldn't see the light. We've managed to locate him by tracing his communication signals. Unfortunately, it will be necessary for you to bring him in for a meeting under duress. Oh my gosh. Oh, coercive tactics. Our archive data suggests that Parthus will travel with a small contingent of support ships, identify his command vessel, destroy it, and bring him to me personally. Man, this seems like some Darth Vader stuff. Except, undock. Man, sometimes you get some missions that are conducted in such a way that you're sort of like, am I playing for the right side? Let's rotate around this right here. All right. Open fire. Can't tell who I don't have locked up. Okay. Oh, maybe I should take guns off of Kritson. He's the boss. And put it on this support troop, who I should be able to take off the field and eliminate his DPS right away. Oh, we gotta go. He's into our armor and we're capped dead. Alright, that's only going to get me so far, I think. Alright, I remember even in my my Algos, which I think is a better ship than this one, I was having a hard time with this guy specifically because he newts. Repair and warp to location. Alright, take out the support. I got 2 missiles into me. That leaves just this guy. He's the boss. Take the guns off, I'm too far out for that. Alright, Parthus. Now I can hit you with guns. Oh, there he goes. Okay, he's nuding me and tracking disrupted. Timer. Okay, now the question here, he's gonna get me cap dead. Do I stay in the fight? Can I whittle him down before he takes me down? I don't know. Let's try approaching at an angle like I recently learned. I think he's faster than me. He's into my hull. Basically, I need to get in and do a lot of DPS up front before he can bleed me of my capacitor. So I might need to use an afterburner to get in. Get lined up and then approach at this level. Put the missiles on him right away. Activate afterburner. Let's actually cut against the grain and go to the left. Okay, he's newting me now. Activate my afterburner. Because he's gaining distance on me. I can DPS him down if I can stay within optimal range, but okay. I'm probably going to have to dip out of this one also. But I think I know what to do now. Because I see what his strategy is. Oh, why are my... Oh, because my cap is empty. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so his strategy is to close distance, get his neutralizer on me, and then fly away from me. And he flies away, he goes right through from my 12 o'clock to my 6 o'clock, and he flies a straight line and gains distance to get out of my primary, my optimal orbit range. And then by neutralizing my cap, he takes my guns offline. So it's 2 things that he's trying to do. He gains distance to get out of my optimal orbit range so that I miss while I do have my guns going. And then he neutralizes my cap so that once I correct that mistake, it doesn't matter because I don't have any capacitor to fire my guns. But if I can avoid letting him do that, and I can get my guns in optimal range and be close to him, I can DPS him down. So I'm not going to use my afterburner here because he's coming for me. But I need to be ready to turn with him. He's hitting me harder than I expected. I think because I didn't get my transverse angle right. I might have waited too long. Oh, okay, I got out of there in time. Wow. I'm probably fortunate I was accidentally pointed in the right direction. Okay. Having to whittle this guy down. It was easier with the Algos. My drones were able to do quite a bit of damage. Am I out of ammo? That's kind of expensive. I'm going to try and hold off. Repair. Shields are coming back up. His armor's just where it's at. Turn the afterburner on. There's the neutralizer. Come on, man. Go, 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 go. I didn't do that well. I don't know why he didn't obey my instructions either. That was pretty critical. I really needed to get inside his... I needed to stay in optimal range. Cap dead. Okay. Well, I'm getting a little bit better at it. You guys saw there, I was able to do quite a bit of damage to him. This is part of the learning experience. I'm bad, you know, but I can see what's going on because I've watched a few videos online to understand how things work at least a rudimentary level. Oh, you know what I need to do? I probably need to enter into a different view. Repair. Okay, this is the tactical overlay menu. It should give us some distance rings. That's not working as well as I thought it would. Am I moving towards them? No, none of these are bringing up the rings. Here, tactical overlay. There, that's what I'm looking for. 22 kilometers out. And he's hitting me hard. EM damage, thermal damage. Let's load the Mogineer. Am I completely out of ammo? I totally am. Oh, what a pain in the neck. I am sorry, guys. Doc.
Warp drive active.
I had this guy dead to rights. I couldn't get the right missile loaded. Oh, I am frustrated. It's because I was firing it that it wouldn't let me load. Okay. Okay. Regional market. Wow, this is going to be an hour-long episode because of incompetence. None of that went how I wanted it to. That was really terrible. Nothing to repair. Okay, undock. He does EM damage and thermal damage. That means he's susceptible to EM damage and thermal damage, or should. I should have had him on that last run. I couldn't get the right missile loaded because I didn't know I needed to stop firing first. I couldn't seem to get my cormorant to head in the direction I wanted him to, so the dude got way outside of optimal range. While neutralizing my cap, it went about as badly as I could expect. Give me my ammunition so I can go whack this guy. His shields are building up this entire time. Alright, hopefully this goes well. Forget tactical overlay. I'm not using that trash right now. It's not trash. It's very, very useful, but I don't know how to use it, and I don't want to do it right now. Turn on afterburner. We're at 21 kilometers. Do not approach at a dead angle. Approach out here. 14 kilometers, put the missile on him. 10 kilometers, put the guns on him. You can feel free to turn at any time now that I'm spamming go this way. Cap dead. And maybe I can gain distance to get out of his cap neutralizing. Not with hits like that. dock right away. We don't have any damage to fix, so we were just cap dead. Capacitor rechargers, that's what I need.
Warp drive active.
Start orbiting. Put everything on him. He has been able to repair all of his armor. See, I almost had him dead, man. I was penetrating into the hull. Alright, he's nuding me. I'm trying to keep a transverse speed. I'm angling. And it's keeping me within optimal range. There it is. Okay. That fight was one heck of a lot harder than it is in my Algos, but not necessarily dissimilar to the way it is in my Algos. I feel like I made a major step forward in understanding transverse speed and understanding what he was trying to do with his tactics and how to counter that. This was a pain in the neck episode that I feel bad for anybody who's watched it because it's so bad, you know, the tactics that were used and all, but I do feel like I really feel like I learned. I saw a problem, was able to correctly identify it, and chose a tactic because of knowledge I've gleaned from YouTube that was adequate in solving that problem. I think that's what just happened here. I feel like I kind of progressed through a couple things here. I was able to think through what I was going to do with this chronicle, like in specifics, and why. Understanding why is important for me. Not everybody's like that. You know, sometimes people just know A plus B equals C, and they don't have to understand why. They can just go do that. Other people, like myself, really need to understand why are we doing what we're doing in order for them to really kind of keep it in their head. And so I thought that I was able to think through that in this episode. I was transparent enough to put that on video and kind of let everybody see sort of the mental train wreck that was going on, and then how I sort of sorted it all out and figured out, okay, I think this is what I'm going to do, and here's why, you know. And then I got out here onto this mission, and I learned some things tactically with the game, was thrown another problem, thought through that, and applied what little knowledge I do have to a solution that seemed to work. Because not only, I didn't just whittle him down. As I started improving my tactics, once I understood what he was doing and I started countering that specifically, I started hitting him harder, you know, because I was staying in the right range. I was avoiding his shots because I was using transversal speed. I think that's how you pronounce it. And I understood that I needed to get high DPS in a short amount of time because he was going to neutralize me, cap nuke me. You know, all those things were applied so that I could get in at the right angle and the right distance to unload maximum damage and DPS him down. As ugly as it was, that was an improvement. That was a good thing. I'll handle questioning Parthus. Rest assured he will be treated humanely and compensated well. I don't like that she has to keep reassuring us about these things. But neither do I really much care about Parthus. Thanks for visiting Aesop Grimm's Chronicles. If you've made it this far in the video, please consider rating, commenting, subscribing, and sharing. I hope to see you in the next episode, and until then, stay shiny.